everyone. Yeah, so I'm Matt Given. I'm CEO of Intelivideo. We do work with a lot of fitness brands and personalities and brick and mortar operations across the country and across the world. We help them use video to launch their own, in essence, video subscription channels. So we help them become their own version of Netflix under their own brand, under their own domain. And what I'm going to talk about today is, or at least I think I am. I'm going to talk about what's going on in the just in general with this movement towards more of a subscription video type of idea. Peter, I'm not sure this is on or working. So maybe I could just cue you to. All right, let's move. We'll go on to the first one. All right, so we're going to talk about, here we go. What's going on with video on demand. There's some really cool things happening with video these days that are, kind of Netflix is sort of the big pioneer in that area, but a lot of brands underneath a big operation like Netflix or HBO are able to really monetize their content in unique ways today. So, and then we're gonna drill it down to fitness, because we work with a ton of fitness clients who launch these video channels. And I'm going to talk a little bit about some different models to make money. If you have video content and you want to monetize it, if you want to make money on it, there's several different ways to do that. I'll talk through those. And I'll talk a little bit about if you wanted to launch your own video channel, how you would do that, and kind of the key components that you would want to make sure you have embedded within that offering. And then I'm going to talk just a little bit in the end about what we've learned from some of our best clients who've already done this and done this really well. Subscription video on demand, SVOD is really exploding. Just a couple of quick stats to look at. In 2017, about 21% of US households subscribed to something outside of their normal cable package, and in 19 it's supposed to be 55%. So kind of a tripling of households who will subscribe to some sort of video content outside their normal cable package, fitness included in that type of offering. And then the stat to the right there is kind of similar. Premium OTT channels. OTT means over the top, delivered outside of cable, is expected to grow from $4 billion in 17 to 8 to 12 billion in 2019. And that includes everything. That's not just fitness, but fitness has been a real early adopter for this type of technology. So the key thing here is that we've got eyeballs on the left and dollars on the right, both tripling over the next couple years with this type of content offering. So what about fitness? Let's talk about kind of specific to fitness, what we see here. So early adopters are making moves in this area. So this is a Pure Barre, one of the biggest bar franchises in the country, about 480 locations across the country, 400 members per location, several 100,000 followers on social. They launched this Pure Barre on demand earlier this spring and have had great adoption both amongst their members and net new digital-only subscribers into their Pure Barre on demand offering. So early adopters making moves. I put this one up there because everyone recognized this. This is Beachbody on demand. They launched a couple years ago. The big headline out of that launch was in the first month alone, they achieved 400,000 subscribers to their on-demand offering. So great marketing company masquerading as a fitness shop. So then new players are really entering this space as well. What we're seeing is a lot of these fitness personalities that were born on social media, not necessarily attached to a brick and mortar operation, are launching these premium channels and just to some really amazing results. Digital only, so only on demand. And this is just a gal out of Denver who launched a yoga channel. She had about 250,000 subscribers on YouTube, and took those subscribers, got them to, a good portion of them to subscribe, several thousand of them to subscribe to her monthly premium channel at $29.99 a month. So the press is really starting to pay attention to this effort. USA Today, you might have seen it on your hotel room today, hot home fitness trends, streaming workout videos. So that's getting covered. The Wall Street Journal, the same thing. The fitness shift that should worry every gym owner. Truth be told, I copied their headline for this talk. but getting covered by a lot of the big periodicals out there. So where is the kind of the video on demand market for fitness? So what we see is this is sort of our sophomore business level adoption curve graph, that we think it's just in the beginning. We really see a lot of big brands who are interested in this right now, a lot of new channels launching, and our estimation, even based on those stats in the beginning, everything to the right of that gray line there is yet to be monetized viewers who are going to subscribe to something. So we really see this as kind of the first quarter, if you will, of this effort. So if you have video content out there and you want to make money on it, there's a couple different ways to do it. So I'm going to kind of walk us through that a little bit. Top left, we've got YouTube. That's an advertising model. So you would put yourself on YouTube, you make a couple pennies for every view. The two downsides there is that it's not a huge moneymaker. YouTube kind of, it's not 80-20, it's about 99-1. About 1% of the YouTube stars actually make some good money. So it's kind of like a side hustle if you want to go the YouTube route. Bottom left, that's a marketplace. So you could create some videos, you could put them on a Roku or iTunes or Amazon, have them sell them for you. The trick there is my analogy is kind of like coming up with a new tube of toothpaste, and you've got to get your toothpaste on the same shelf as like Crest and some of the big brands, because a lot of the big brands take a lot of the good real estate that these marketplaces have. So you really have to be able to sell a lot to get to up your standing on their shelf. And you don't make a lot of money. You make about 30% to 50% of the revenue for each of those videos that you might sell in these marketplaces, because they'll take the rest, because they're doing all the marketing and such. So let's move to top right. You could build your own. Some companies that we work with originally tried to build their own kind of system. And if you're a big enterprise, Beachbody, you might have the technological horsepower to do that. You'd have to stitch together, say, like a membership type of site, a payments platform, a video delivery or CDN type of operation. But you could build your own, in essence, internet TV channel and get to market that way. But then bottom right, and that's, I only had room for one logo on there, so I put ours up there. That's where platforms like Intelivideo and others, Zype, Vimeo OTT has a new offering. They've basically built the entire stack, and you show up with your brand and your videos and a little bit of business strategy, and you can launch your channel that way. A key distinction here too is if you think about the line down the middle of this graph, everything to the left, once the customer actually starts buying or purchasing a video, watching it, that customer is no longer yours. It's a customer of YouTube, or it's a customer of Roku or Amazon. Whereas on the right, if you build your own or if you subscribe to one of these platforms to help you do this, you get that customer relationship because it's under your domain, under your brand. And we see a lot of these Pure Bars, a lot of these big franchises heading in that direction. The key components to any good video subscription offering that you're going to want to go through are here. So business model options. We're seeing most of our good clients go with a subscription model. That means they charge some number every month, $29.99, and that subscriber gets access to an entire library of videos. But you could also sell them transactionally, say one-off, or do rentals or different types of models. So you want to make sure your system supports that. Secure storage and delivery. So this isn't free YouTube, so you got to have some technology in there that allows for password protection, that allows your subscribers to view through an app without that file being shareable. So there's a technology layer that you need in there to make sure that happens. A customer purchasing experience. And so our clients will build, in essence, a digital storefront on the web. They'll drive traffic to from their, let's say, their members or their social fans. And it's an important distinction to understand that you don't just want to do an in-app purchase. Everyone thinks that's the holy grail. The trick, there's a financial sort of thing there where if you do just in-app purchase, Apple or Google Play will take an additional 30% of that transaction. And God bless you, Apple, if you're in the audience, that's great. But to the extent that you drive traffic on your own from your fans, you want to drive them to a space where they can subscribe and you don't have to pay that number, that extra 30%. So number 4, the customer viewing experience. About 60% of our fitness clients across our entire portfolio, or 60 views, will be through an app. So iPhone, Android devices, tablets, smart TVs, and the smart TVs are the fastest growing device within that 60%. So Apple TV, Chromecast, Amazon Fire. So it's important to be able to kind of put that app experience together. And if you think about it, if you want to watch Netflix, you're not going to launch your browser necessarily and watch through a browser. It's just a much more compelling, engaging experience to have an app that kind of works well and is searchable and those sorts of things. So understanding that customer viewing experience, important. And then an admin center. What I just mean by that is somewhere to run this business. You know, you have to have some real estate you go to. How do you track subscribers? You want to manage cancellations in a certain part of that real estate. Can you launch kind of save programs? How do you tell how this business is doing? So if you go either build your own, talking about that previous graph, or do the subscribe to a platform, you want to make sure these are the 5 things that you want to either build or make sure that company has. Some tips and tricks of what we've learned from our best clients. Subscriptions are wealth creators. We work with transactional clients and subscription clients. Our subscription clients are happier clients. Their revenue tends to grow over the time. And it's a really simple formula. It's recurring revenue. As long as you add more subscribers each month than cancel, you will be growing that business in that direction. So we really see subscriptions as the kind of the business model that's doing well these days. It's important to have a variety of content. So our best clients will have a mix of produced videos where they'll set up shop in like a studio and do, you know, kind of a series of workout videos. They'll do live stream. Let's say you want to live stream a class at 8 a.m. every Friday. For those that can't make it in that Friday or it's sold out or that type of thing. You might want to include some audio types of files in that subscription, as well as some PDFs. So our best clients are still, in addition to some of these other video formats, will put out PDFs available to their subscribers. And that might be, say, like a recipe type of book or a checklist for the Friday workout or the 30-day challenge calendar. So being able to offer all those different types of content keeps subscribers engaged, and our clients that kind of have a good variety have usually the lowest attrition rates or the lowest cancellation rates. So important. Get really good at marketing. Yeah, so that's a great advice for everybody, right? What we see is that getting out there and getting beyond your social fans or getting beyond the 4 walls of your brick and mortar. When you want to get out there and do, say, a digital marketing play and be able to get new subscribers, using different digital marketing tactics, especially on the social platforms, is something that our best clients are able to do. And when they're able to master that, their subscriber numbers go through the roof. And in particular, Facebook has got they're just pushing the envelope in terms of their business building type of functionality within that platform. And so understanding how to use those and just really pushing it to go out there and get those net new subscribers is really important. In other words, it's not just to like prop it up there and they will come type of thing. You have to get really good at getting that message out on the webs. Covet subscribers. This is a kind of a word we chose specifically, and it just means that once we've got somebody in the door, we want to make sure that we're listening to them, that they're happy, that we're communicating with them. And so Pure Barre does a great job, as an example, of every Friday they send out an email that lets those subscribers know what the new videos are that they're putting out that week, or highlighting certain things certain videos that have been popular, or those types of things. And their subscribers have gotten so used to that one Friday they missed, and our company got all sorts of trouble tickets wondering what happened to Pure Barre. We missed the email. So it's really important to sort of, at a good cadence, communicate with those subscribers, watch their viewing habits. What are the best videos that they're watching? What are the ones that you could sunset out of that subscription, and make more of what they like the most. The most loyal customer. So this is another thing that we found that was a little bit of a surprise, where A lot of our brick and mortar clients especially are worried that the on-demand offering will cannibalize their brick and mortar members. And what we found, the data is exactly the opposite, where if you have brick and mortar members on the left, on-demand members on the right, or on-demand only subscribers on the right, the most loyal customer are the ones that you can get to sign up for both. So I signed up for my brick and mortar membership, and I also signed up for the on-demand offering, and that increases retention by 40% for the brick and mortar members. We've also found a lot of movement from on-demand first going into brick and mortar. So I tried them out in the digital environment first. I liked it. I liked the trainers. I liked their style. So I'm going to find a gym in my area. So our best clients have really pushed the on-demand as a way to increase retention and get net new brick and mortar members. And this is also the most profitable revenue stream that they're running. So whereas a brick and mortar margin is going to be no greater than 20%, usually less, this on-demand offering, just as a analyzed on a P&L type of way, is a plus 50% margin. So it's a great way to add margin to these businesses. That's what I got for you. I'm only 1 minute late, which is good for me. If you have any questions, I'll be hanging out either around this afternoon, or you can contact me in this area. Last little bit, I'm always looking for good Inc. articles. I have to write 6 per month. So if anyone has any good Inc. ideas, matt@intelivideo.com, or flag me down. Thanks for your time. Have a great rest of the week.
Thank you, Matt.